the first people was black. And like I told you guys before, I'm not black, even though I would appear that way, because I'm not a color. I don't believe any of us are just a color. That takes away from what you are. You don't hear me telling you you're a god. How dare you tell me you're a color? Oh, I'm black. Oh, I'm white. I'm yellow. I'm red. I'm blue. That's a color. That's something that's in creation. You are of creation, and you are of the strongest part of creation. So why would you relegate yourself to something so small as a color? But don't get me to that. Same way I tell you I'm not a human. I feel it's disrespectful to call me a human. Want me to tell you why? Because I think I've brought this up before and I probably didn't go into it. In the Bible, I've never seen a concept of the word human. And this is like supposedly the most popular book and the most read book in the world by a landslide. Like it's not even close. So when I look at the word, I will accept I am a man. But the concept of human, when I look at the word and see that y'all want to call people colors, it seems like there's a correlation there. I told you guys, everything that vibrates can affect you on deeper ways, unbeknownst to you if you're unable to be aware of them. What I'm saying is, when you hear human, think about that. Human. So let's think about the definition of the word hue. Right? That's what the word starts with. It's human. Hue is a color or shade. Okay? Think about this. Hue is a color or shade. So they put it in front of. I don't know if I've ever brought this up on an episode. Like I told you guys, I have a myriad of theories and a myriad of ideas. I have talked about them, but I don't know when I recorded them. And my consciousness is like a cluttered closet with a bunch of information. And I'm just using these recordings to recall certain things I said whenever I go through them. So I can tell you other parts, and it's like organizing my consciousness because it's ridiculous. It's a lot. You ever did spring cleaning? Imagine that consciously. But with the concept of being a human, and hue means color or shade. Like I tell people, and I don't know if I said it on the show, but I'm going to tell you now. I believe whenever you put an adjective in front of anything, you dilute the meaning. Meaning that you make it less than the original thing that you're referring to. And I can give you an example. Someone tells you it's a scientific fact. Scientific is the adjective. So scientific is in front of fact. A fact is. There's no other. A fact is irrefutable. That's what it is. But when you put an adjective in front of it, that means I must accept a whole nother thing for that second thing that is more powerful to be true. Meaning, for this to be a scientific fact, I have to accept everything you said in science. For this to be a biblical fact, I have to accept everything you said from the Bible. For this to be a historical fact, I have to believe his story to be true to accept it as a fact. Didn't I tell y'all? I could have sworn I told y'all. Most things are beliefs and or rumors. The things that people think are facts, they're beliefs and or rumors from other humans. When did humans stop lying? I know y'all got people in y'all life right now. You can't leave certain things around them because you know it'll come up missing. People that you probably love dearly, and they'll lie to your face. Man, you seen my $35 I had? $35? What 35? I ain't even know you. Did you check your other pants? They'll help you find. Man, this will be right there lying to your face. So when y'all tell me humans stop lying, then we can have a more realistic and a more respectful conversation about something that was written. The thing I think that information should be used for, all these things that are written, are to be used for analogy, to be used for relatability, to be used for correlation and understanding one another, not defining each other. That is totally ridiculous in my opinion. But anyway, I digress. So when you put the adjective in front of something, you're meaning that a person must accept that source of information as a fact. But what does the show tell you? Information is information. And I don't know if I said the name of the show, but the name of the show is There is Power in the Question. Information is information. And welcome. So with that adjective in front of something, if I have to accept something from man or accept something that you say or believe to even get to it, it can never be the full thing. A historical, biblical, scientific fact will never be close to a fact. When you put that adjective in front of it, it needs something to exist. It can't be that strong. What is or is not, that's fact. That doesn't need you to believe it. It is whether you believe it to be or not. So if you're going to call me a hue man, and hue means color or shade, and at the same time call me black, call yourself white, call yourself whatever color you want to, you're diluting what I am. I am a man. I'll accept that because I'm created in the image of creation. I'm cool with that. But you never finna relegate me down to a color. You don't see the correlation? What do you think produces things like racism? Words are powerful. Why do you think you spelled them? Do you know what a spell is? So why is it be careful what you say? And even in the New Testament of the Bible with the Jesus character, they talk about how powerful your words are. There are incantations that are in those spiritual beliefs that I've read about that talks about you can find someone's name and use it in a certain incantation and bound them to do something, control them. So be careful what you speak, because what you speak, it can radiate in ways you don't even understand. So when I tell somebody, oh, I'm not a human, and when I say all these humans, it's because they accepted the concept that you relegated down to your color. You mean to tell me you fell for it that much that you'll relegate somebody to their color? Oh, black people do this, white people do this, Asian people do this, whatever you want to call it. My dude, at least they can be Asian. Mexicans can be Mexicans. I gotta be black because history says your ancestors did so many horrific things to my ancestors that you can't even really tell me where I'm from. Who else is relegated to a continent when you speak about them outside of quote unquote black people? A Mexican? Oh, you from the country of Mexico. Are you Chinese? You from the country of China. Are you Russian? You're from the country of Russia. Somebody look me in my face and say, oh, you African American. What? You're admitting to the concept that something horrific must have happened to my people or people that look like me, to the fact that our story has been destroyed. I've read about how they used to burn books. They had like book burners in the past. I think they had one in the 60s too. I haven't read about it in a minute, but I think it was one in the 60s. Why are you burning information? Why are you burning stories? So you want me to come and tell you that some information you believe in is true and or fact, yet other information has been destroyed. That sounds like bias to me. It sounds like someone's trying to push an agenda. And what I tell you, the first question is, why? So that means that if someone is pushing the agenda through stories, but trying to get you to believe that they're facts by telling you history, which literally in the word tells you it's his story. What about her story? Get a little different when you say stuff like that, huh? Some people don't want to hear her story. It seems like the people that get messed over the most, they the ones that's not allowed to talk. When people get uncomfortable, you don't want to hear it. That's what it seems like. Now, I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you what it looked like to me. That's the only thing I can do. So I got to be African American because my story has been so destroyed and eradicated from the minds of people that I'm the only one that got to be relegated to a continent. That doesn't make sense to me. And why am I relegated to a continent when I've only lived on this one? I've only lived in this country. Why am I not just American? I don't understand this. If we're naming people based on the country, I should just be American, right? I was born in America. I only been to America. I didn't been around, I ain't gonna say the whole globe, but I didn't traveled a lot. A lot of time against my will. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I ain't really want to do it, but I tell you this, I had good time every time. That's just me. I'm gonna make the best of any situation I'm in. That's how I try to roll. And if I can't, I gotta leave the situation. That's just me. But yeah, I've never stepped foot on the continent of Africa. ever. But why is it weird, uncomfortable, or even uncommon when you see me to just be an American?